Hello and welcome to my channel. This is a big spreadsheet with 174 papers, studies that study acupuncture, like ER acupuncture. And what I need to do is go to the results. These are all columns of different features of the study, like year of publication, sample size, how many people participate in the study, in the experimental, in the control group, age, etc. And I have to go to the outcome results, and these outcomes can be body weight, if they study the effect on obesity, for example, blood pressure, and also some inflammatory markers, which are those guys. So one of my tasks is to find all the papers that study those markers: LDL, low density lipoprotein, HDL, high density lipoprotein, CRP, C-reactive protein, tumor necrosis factor alpha, interleukins 1, 6, etc. You get the idea. So from these 174 papers, some of them have results, like here you see CRP. And the way to do it, the way I do it, is I make a copy of this spreadsheet. So move or copy, move to the end, create a copy, inflammatory biomarkers, because we always want to keep the original in case something goes wrong. And I'm going to select both those columns. I'm going to press Ctrl F or whatever is in Mac, Command F. Here there is this search window. I'm going to press Options and Search by Columns and find all. And here there is all the studies that contain the letters LDL. Now, there is two very important things to consider. One is to avoid words that have LDL inside. Thankfully, there are no English words, as far as I understand, that have LDL inside. So that's easy. And the other is if LDL has a different way of being reported. For example, if there were some studies that wrote low density lipoprotein instead of LDL, I should also look for low density lipoprotein. Because I've gone through the data and because I'm very familiar with those markers, nobody writes anything different. So if you have LDL, you will write LDL, right? Because, for example, in heart rate, you can write HR or you can write heart rate, the full words. So you have to search and capture both of them. So what I'm going to do, since I know that all these guys have what I want, I'm going to mark them all. And I'm going to paint them yellow. Now I'm going to do the same with HDL. Usually it's the same studies, but just to be complete, paint them yellow. Now again, interleukins, those IL, they are only reported IL dash. There is no other way to report them. So I am safe to do this because I haven't clicked much case. If they report it with lowercase letters, that's still fine. So you see there are some studies that have IL interleukins, but not LDL and HDL. So it's good that we capture them all. And the same with tumor necrosis factor, find all. Again, there may be some overlap, but to be sure, we mark them all. And let me check my text if I'm missing something. CRP, yeah, C-reactive protein. Find all again, mark them yellow or whichever color, it doesn't matter, of course. And now, LDL, HDL, CRP, TNFA. Now, in my results, I should have painted yellow all the studies that study any one or more of the things that I want to check. So what I'm going to do is, since I have a copy here, it's okay to alter this document. I'm going to select all the other studies, the studies that are not marked. I'm going to click delete and then press the number R, which correspond to delete sheet rows. So all these 2, 4, 6 rows will be deleted. Gone. Again, shortcut, delete R. I'm careful not to get the marked ones. So this way I will end up with the subset of studies that study all these things I care about. And then of course I can make subsets of them, but it's nice to have fewer studies to worry about. I highlight again, it's very important to be sure that the things you want to find are not written in a different way, because otherwise you have to look for all the ways that you can express. Now I was 100% sure about those biomarkers. They are only reported this way, so it's easy for me to search them. So I have, how many? 12 studies. I can expand them. I have 12 studies that report what I need. And now for each of them, what I'm going to do is only keep what is relevant to me. So we need the intervention, auricular acupuncture. We don't care about weight, BMI, waist circumference, weight. We don't care about these things. They have to go. Glucose, I did glucose before. Triglyceride, I will keep it because, I don't know, maybe there is more. Adipoconnecting, insulin, ghrelin, leptin. Okay, and same CRP. There is 2 CRP measures on the first postoperative day and the fourth. I will keep both, and then I will decide which one to put in the meta-analysis if there is enough data for a meta-analysis. Glucose, we don't care. IL-10, we care. We care about these even if they are descriptive, and you get the idea. I keep the intervention, the name, but I delete everything else that I don't care about. That's a good example. TG means triglycerides, and here it's reported, the full word. There they type TG, so if I wanted to isolate the columns, the studies with triglycerides, I should put both terms and be aware that they both exist. And this guy, that is a text that is very annoying to edit. I will actually copy and paste it on the notepad. I use the notepad a lot. Here I can manipulate the text much easier. We have some quantitative results. So you see the formatting here is a bit messy, but I'm going to format them nicely. I'll keep their assessment. I will keep this comment: the attenuation of cytokine levels after the vibrotactile treatment of Kimba Conja, I don't know how to pronounce these words, cannot be attributed to placebo effect. That means that it works. And we have some other stuff that I don't know how to interpret yet. This is their statistical analysis. The p-values show significant decrease. So this is useful if we don't have enough quantitative data for a meta-analysis on these markers. We still have the assessment from the papers themselves, and we can say 3 out of 5 papers found significant decrease in those inflammatory markers from the acupuncture. See why Notepad is so useful, because it's so clean and it doesn't jump you to different cells. I couldn't do this editing on Excel, and this is the neat outcome. Can even make it a bit more compact. Okay, so my next step, which I will not show in this video, is separate those things. Again, Control F, choose the studies, or just with my eye now because there are only 13, choose the studies that study HDL, LDL, maybe it's not all of them, or interleukin 6 or 10, and put the data together and see if there is enough compatible data for a meta-analysis, or if they can stay qualitative but also descriptive instead of plugging them in a software to make a forest plot. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it valuable and you want me to make more videos, feel free to leave a comment, and have a very nice rest of your day or night. Bye bye.